Hello. It's been 2 months since the gathering. Excited to be sitting here and recording again. It took us 2 months to decompress, recompress, but we are here again and ready to share where we're at and what's next. So maybe to begin with, Audrey, how do you feel about the gathering and your role in it?
Yeah, it's been it's been a ride. Definitely needed at least 2 months to integrate and more, but um, I think the general feeling for me is humility. I feel still today, and even more, very humbled by the experience. Really honored to have had the opportunity to steward this space and to bring so many amazing people together. I still feel like there are so many ripples that I have yet to grasp and to grab from this event, and mostly I have this sense of excitement and sort of willingness to harness all the energy that was created and to see what can come out of it. There is also a big part of me that really wants to sit down and harness all of the learnings. I think the gathering for all of us probably was this amazing opportunity to play with the concept of the design of what a regenerative event may look like and what it feels like to try and create community if only for 5 days, and to bring forward those ideas that are still being formed of regeneration and systems change. And so I'm still, yeah, definitely grappling with that and feeling quite excited about it. What about you? How do you feel about the gathering and your role in it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have immense gratitude to the 500 people that came to play and the many who supported remotely. I mean, it was my guess, idea, vision, sensing that we need to, like you say, explore new ways of gathering. So every person that comes, that contributes, that is there and it believes in this vision is and is called to come, despite as many said, it's not clear. What is it? It's a new thing. So every person that comes, I have immense gratitude for and immense appreciation. I've talked to many people. I've heard all kinds of feedback. Overall, it feels like for many people it was a transformative space. I've heard multiple people tell me there's life before the gathering and life after the gathering, which is, I think, the ultimate praise that any kind of an experience can have. So I'm full of gratitude for everybody that came and played. Of course, immense learnings, huge number of things which I can see we can do different, we can do better, how we can do the experience in a way. It's an exploration, right? And every time we learn and improve. So yeah, really excited to continue on to the next step. So the next step being the gathering grows up and the next experiment begins. Yeah, what I'm really excited about is this new vision of you stewarding the gathering in Portugal whilst I take on the gathering global and we take on the new challenge of bringing the gathering to new areas. So tell me about your vision for the gathering in Portugal in 2026.
So the first thing that I want to say is that I'm right now working on bringing together a team for the Gathering Portugal, which is really exciting. If you want to be part of that team, either at core team level or maybe in the surrounding area of this team and their work, definitely reach out to me. And we will be engaging in a process from early 2025 onwards to really design and look into what this looks like. So that's a disclaimer because I don't want to speak on behalf of that team. My personal take on the Gathering 2026 is basically take what worked and bring it forward and expand it, and really work on improving all those areas around the design of the event, that we can do better on. One thing that I really care about and that I really want to bring into the Gathering 2026 is really this anchoring in the territory, maybe represented in a stronger way. So really looking at local context, bioregional weaving, and working from the ground up. So bringing in this grounding element into the gathering. And what stays for me, which is really clear, is this vision of bringing humans and regenerative initiatives together in this spirit of creating a culture based on collaboration. So really the overall vision of the gathering. Yeah, and much more to come on this, of course, but that's just a little taster. What about you, Victor? I know you're now working on the Gathering Global. What's your vision for this? And yeah, where do you want to bring it in the next year or so?
Yeah, so the experiment continues and and expands in the way that the gathering is a action learning experiment on how do we reinvent gatherings for the regenerative era. So I imagine, because at this point it's just a vision, the Gathering Global being a action learning inquiry of how do we scale good ideas globally. Of course, the world scaling itself is triggering for some people, but if we are inspired by nature, nature is the ultimate multiplier, taking good ideas and spreading them around the world. So how do we take this idea of the gathering in such a way that every gathering is still a gathering, yet every gathering is locally appropriate, relevant to its context, and fulfilling the needs of its local space, whilst being connected to the global network, right? Because we do have the internet and the ability to work globally. So one key part of it I envision is taking the nest idea, which, by the way, I think you came up with the name of the nest initially, and creating a global nest where the different local gatherings all support each other and create coherence, uh, mutual learning, and create a coherence between the different gatherings. So it will be an emerging process, but anybody that's interested in the idea of how do we create a global organization which is not top down, which supports local bottom up emergence, yet still creating global coherence, which I think, by the way, is a key challenge and a key topic that we need to learn and explore in the regenerative space. How do we better, faster, quicker spread ideas around the world? And I see a huge possibility for the gathering as being part of that mycelium, which not only creates local connection, but also allows the spread of ideas globally. So I think there's an incredible potential there. So whoever is interested in working on that, or who would like to do a local gathering, I'm in conversation with people in Israel, in Colombia, Canada, US, and other places. So if you would like to try, or if you think your region area would benefit from having a gathering, please get in touch and let's see how we can do this together. I think you spoke a bit, but what is it that you need to help make the gathering happen in Portugal in 2026?
Yeah, I can say a bit more. So I think everyone probably witnessed at the gathering, one of the main challenges that we had this year in 2024 was definitely our team and the fact that it was a very small one. And that we bootstrapped this operation, which is, yeah, honestly quite impressive. And again, I'm really humbled with how we made it happen. But definitely 2026, we want to grow the gathering because I feel um, it's not necessarily in the mindset of growth for growth, but more people is also more impact. And this is only happening through the creation of a team and a solid team of people that are really aligned with the principles and the ideas around, yeah, around bringing regenerative initiatives and humans together once every 2 years. So again, a team is being formed, but if you want to be part of this team, definitely please reach out. My email address is in the statement that will be released alongside this video. And we will very soon, in early 2025, be working already on the more practical details of specifically event production for this. So if you want to volunteer for the Gathering 2026, if you want to build a camp, and bring your network, your organization, your people to this space. Or if you want to partner through maybe venue or food or any other elements that are a very important part of creating effectively a village for 5 days, then definitely please reach out.
Is it going to be 5 days or will it be longer?
Well, the general consensus is that it needs to be longer, but let's see. From an
I
event
think I think
perspective,
1 week. I think we need 1 week.
let's see. Yeah, but this is definitely a key point of discussion. Yeah. What about you, Victor? What are your needs right now for the gathering global and from the
Key
vision
th
that you shared?
Key thing is, of course, people who would like to do the gathering in their local area.
Mhm.
And you don't need to be an event organizer. You need to be a leader and motivated and excited about networking, talking to people. We will be, the whole point is to, for the gathering global to be supportive, and just as we enabled people to create camps at the gathering 2024 and supported them through that process, we want to, the gathering global wants to support people in creating local gatherings. Yeah, also whoever has experience in spreading ideas and creating coherence of a global organization without top-down iron control, whoever is interested in this idea of what the heck does regenerative scaling mean anyways, how do we do this? And actually I wanted to also mention, because for me this is an important part of the journey, is that for me the gathering is on the path to a global exit to the commons. So when I started the gathering in 2022, I committed to stewarding it for 10 years with the goal of exiting to the commons. So we will need to figure out, we still have 8 years, but it's going to be a very interesting question of what does it mean to exit something like an event into a global commons. So it's an exciting journey. There will be learnings along the way, and I think it's super interesting, and I think it's a key idea in the regenerative space, figuring out how to scale things. So let's use the gathering as a lab of prototyping that.
Nice. Yeah, I think we already started, so we can continue on the same line of the gathering as a lab.
Nice.
Great.
Thanks so much.
So
And
much.
and as always, full of gratitude to you, Audrey, full of gratitude to everybody that's with us on this journey. Let's have fun with it.
Yeah.